Hi, Cappies. This is Mary Ellen. Coming to you from Moonrise Cottage for your April Soul Cycle reading. Thank you so much for being here. There's a lot of chatter coming through. I think I'm gonna try another different type of reading. I'm wanting to encourage people to look at the readings for their cohort. And Spirit's talking about maybe to do a reading about the energy. Okay, there's three words coming through. The cores, they're talking about the trine. That's interesting. How the energies intersect. Anyways, let me know if you have an interest in that. It's important going forward because in 2019, we're here to master our energy. So, Cappy, that's the first card out. That is the theme, the spirit message that my guides want to talk with you about when it comes to the month of April. So, that's beautiful. Dialogue of art. Clearly, we're talking about the full moon that we just came through. And Spirit's talking about the way you sit hand in hand with that energy, the way it's affected you really deeply. This is a story about Merlin and his sister who were deeply devoted. So we're talking about the blending of male and female energy. This actually is aligned in a standard tarot deck with the Two of Cups, the lovers. Artful dialogue about issues having to do with the energy that came through, the love energy that came through this full moon, another 0 point. And Cappy, we know you are completely transforming and you are sitting together hand in hand with your passion, the male and female sides of yourself, looking at each other and understanding that some big change is happening. A lot of you have been through a lot of difficulties, and there is a movement now because of the energy in which you live. Spirit says there's a movement forward slowly. I mean, this is going to go on for a few more years, but you know, you've got Pluto in your first house, Cappy. Life has been hard. I'm a Virgo, so I know all the earth signs have been going through some challenges because we are related to you. So you're our ruler, leading us around the zodiac for this massive transformation that's meant to be happening. And it is your strength. It is your ability to climb to the top of the mountain that causes you to be in this beautiful, what I call leadership position energetically, because it's not a small thing to carry Pluto in your first house for so long and to be under the weight of this massive amount of power that brings complete destruction and rebuilding. So, Spirit, what's the message for beautiful Cappy for the month of April? Where are we at? We've had all these 0 point, oh look, there we go. We've had all these 0 point new moons. So, Cappy, this is the energy that's you standing under the light of this theme that Spirit wants to talk about. So the beautiful adventure of skill. That's wonderful. I love it. That's a 7 of Wands. All right. That little mouse sits in a wheat field, fat and happy, looking forward. What do I do next? Where should I go next? What kind of adventure do I want to have? And Spirit's talking about that moment when you've sort of crossed the midpoint. You're past the midpoint in your development, and you're ready to go forward into an adventure. And it is the adventure that you feel inspired to have, into which you go forward, because your battles have been fought, and there are epic battles still to come. But there is a way to go forward now. Spirit saying, illuminated with your passion, that because of the energy that comes through to you. And there's the first card on your human walk. It's a prophecy, the augury of skill. Ace of Wands. See that beautiful young warrior? He's got the blue trousers. He's been transformed too, and he's open now. You know, Capricorn, we all know you're kind of a little bit secretive. You are the sea goat, aren't you? Spirit's talking to me about Scorpio. You keep it close to the vest. You're serious. You're grounded. You are now in a place where, you know, part of the shift and change has been to crack you open necessarily because you have the strength to be able to wield the Spear of Loup. That's what that is. And the Spear of Loup is from the Sacred Pathfinder who clears away obstacles. So you are on your human walk now, coming into this time when you are going to be able to send forward new energy and to initiate something new, because there's a lot of inspiration. That's what's causing you to go on this new journey, this adventure. And not surprised, look at that. The revelation of knowledge. You're learning a lot, and you are transforming. You are going through a birth, death, rebirth cycle very clearly in these days. It's been since 2008, Cappy, for those of you that don't know, that you've had Pluto in your first house, causing all this havoc. Necessary havoc, my guides are calling it. So there's the last card on the human realm, the human walk. The Dreamer of Growth, Major Arcana. That's the Star card. Oh, I'm getting choked up again. Cappy, you guys always really move me. You know, part of it's because I'm a Virgo, and Virgos and Cappies, and, you know, you're my people. I feel it. I'm going to move this back a little bit. All right. So, Cappy, you're going on a great adventure. You have come into alignment. Things have been revealed to you. Certainly the 0-point full moon that we just went through is illuminating your journey now. And you've come into this place where you're being acknowledged for shape-shifting inside one lifetime. That's what this story is about. It's about a warrior who, you know, Ireland, if you don't know, this is the Celtic Wisdom Tarot deck. Ireland was invaded many, many times. And there were a lot of battles. So this is about an epic warrior who fought off many invaders, had a really difficult life, in a sense, as a warrior. The elk is standing there. It signifies having stamina for the long journey. So here we are, acknowledging this 0 point, this new place, this transformation, nearly complete, continuing, sitting together with the feminine power of the moon, the lunar cycles, healing you, and being hand in hand with you in a very loving way. The energy of the universe coming through. These lunar cycles, my guides want you to know, it's happening whether you understand it or not, because there's so much love for you in the universe because of what you've been willing to do in these days. Difficult times to be alive in many ways. So now you're being sent on this new adventure. There is a prophecy coming forward about the way you go forward, the skill of passion, open from the heart chakra, from the will center, through the heart chakra, all the way up, a little wild and free. This comes up a lot for Cappies. I love seeing that notation of a Cappy being wild and free, but fully in command of your power and sending out new efforts, new energies, new intentions, a prophecy about the way you have reincarnated inside a lifetime and been transformed into a great wisdom holder. So if you don't know the story of this card, this man shapeshifted many times, and in the last incarnation that he had, he shapeshifted into a salmon. He was caught by a fisherman and brought to the palace and cooked up and served on a platter to the queen, who ate the fish. When she did, his spirit was ingested, and she became impregnated, and she gave birth to one of the greatest wisdom holders of the Celtic traditions, a great poet. So it is this process, this birth, death, life, rebirth process, destruction and rebuilding, that has brought you a lot of revelation of knowledge, is meant to transform you into a wisdom holder. And there we see the beautiful Dreamer of Growth. I'm going to read that to you from the book. It's interesting. I was just speaking about this the other day. So that's aligned with the Star card. But in Soul Tarot, when we're talking about your soul, it's a lot deeper in a sense. So we're talking about the way in which you align yourself with the universe. So the Dreamer of Growth, it is about hope and insight, inspiration, healing, unconditional love, optimism, keeping the faith, your dreams and aspirations, widening your horizons, the promise and opportunity of a period of calm after a storm. It ushers in a period of recovery. The Dreamer shows the god Nodens. Nodens had a shrine on the banks of the River Severn in Glas. It was dedicated to healing and dream incubation. Pilgrims would invoke the healing deity and sleep the night in a special cubicle. In the morning, their dreams would be submitted for interpretation to the oracular priests of the shrine. Double-headed figures that look both ways appear all over the Celtic world. One head has the outward sight of the physical senses, the other the inward sight of the seer or the dreamer. This is called the second sight, or the two sights in Gaelic. The star in this card reminds us of our origins and is deeply encoded in every cell of our bodies. Are you guys just always, I get choked up. Whew. The tree of the Celtic otherworld is the sacred yew tree. It is the gateway to the land of promise. Its evergreen spines and red berries create the appearance of a tree on fire. It is the most enduring of ancient trees. And in fact, the reason that that's there is that the yew tree, it grows to be very large and very, very old. And as it grows and continues to age into itself, it actually starts to rot out from the center. And that's why we see these images of giant trees with holes in the middle. Spirit's saying, that's the experience that you've been having. You're transforming from the inside out, no matter what the storms are that have been going on around you. So the dreamer of growth gives you the necessary space now to dream and discover yourself so that healing may come. Beautiful. Love that that's there. So let's take a look at what is the energy that bridges this theme that Spirit's got going on about, the effects of this 0-point full moon. This great adventure that you're going on now, because this transformative process is coming toward the end of its phase, is what I'm being told. So, Spirit, what is it that we need to know for Cappy, please? The sea goat. They're talking about the sea goat. So look into the watery side of your nature. Look into the history, actually, of Capricorn. I know Capricorn historically has 2 glyphs. And Spirit's telling me there's more than that. There might be 3. All right, so there's the energy for the bridge card. It's about going deep inside yourself. Remember that cubicle, that special sleep chamber that the text was talking about with the dreamer? That's literally what this card is about. Literally. So I love that that's here. The foundation of art. The foundation of the things that you are meant to experience. From your dreams, you are able, I think, now to manifest. Let's move this a little bit. It actually goes like this. You're going to be able to manifest. So you're going deep inside. This 0-point is drawing you on the inside. And it's connecting. It is that meditation, that study, that depth of feeling. You're feeling it. On the inside, there's something going on for you, Cappy. You're really feeling the energy of the universe in these days of April, because we've gone so deep already. And, we just came through the spring equinox. The sun moved into Aries. Aries is hosting Chiron. A 0-point full moon in Libra. The new moon coming forward is going to be in Aries, and then we're going to have another Libra full moon. So that's part of what I'm seeing reflected here. And always, please go and check. Whoops, what is that? Oh, love it. Thank you, Spirit. Please go and check your astrology. So perfect. That is the quest of battle. It's the 10 of Swords. I'm feeling my guides are leaping for joy. Literally. There's kind of that feeling of bubbling up inside of me, excitement. So the quest of battle, really interesting. Love this. Anytime there's a 10, clearly it's a new cycle coming forward. This card talks about the process of transformation. It is about when you think it's over and all is lost. Actually, it's the last moment of peril. This in Soul Tarot shows a group of souls in a boat, adrift on the ocean in the night. They're not able to find their way. And my guides are saying, there you are, Capricorn, standing at the helm, leading this group of souls forward. And I believe we're talking about humanity. We're talking about the earth signs in a sense. But that's the energy that you're carrying. This is what's happening on the soul level. That's what this reading is about. Spirit's really talking to you now about just bringing you honor and homage, they're saying, to acknowledge so that you can make it real for yourself, that which you've been through and that which the universe has asked of you. The quest of this battle, Ten of Swords, where you just felt that you lost everything. Horrible things have happened. I've heard a lot of stories from a lot of people. And some of it is just, tearing your own life down, just not being able to continue doing what you've been doing and allowing yourself to be adrift on the ocean in order to find your new set point. Really beautiful. Okay, Spirit says there it is. There. Beautiful. Another quest. That's the Ten of Cups, Cappy, just so you know. And there you are. Okay, Spirit's talking about this and this. You see? It's this way. The progression, they want you to see the progression. And to take heart, because you are rising back to the surface. It is the moment of exaltation coming through April. You pull aside the fronds and you come into some discovery. And look at the row, or the column, pardon me, that this is aligned with. See? Look at that. An adventure toward reincarnation, toward recreating yourself. Because there's a prophecy here and you have now the inspiration. You've been feeling like this for a long time, but we're in this next phase of you coming forward into this great discovery. And like this warrior turned into a salmon in order to be reborn. There it is. So just always pay attention to the columns and the rows in these readings, all right? So Spirit, what's the last piece of message about the Spirit? This is your soul. This is your human walk. And they reflect each other. They're tied together by this bridge card. So Spirit, what's the next piece of this message on the soul cycle? What does Capricorn need to know for the month of April, please? And we'll grab an outcome card. And you know what? Last month, Cappy, I said I'm going to draw a rune for you. And I was so carried away by emotion that I didn't do it. I apologize. I'm going to make sure to do it today. All right, Spirit, what's the message for beautiful Cappy? Please give us one more card about the soul journey. The work that the soul is doing while Cappy is here. Oh, look. Okay. Beautiful. There you are, Cappy, the warrior of art. How beautiful is that? That's absolutely gorgeous. It is part and parcel, Spirit saying, of the transformation that you've been under. And if you don't know, that building in the background is the Sacred Passage Tomb at New Grange. It's a very auspicious place. It's those passage tombs are about 5,000 years old, or they're older than the pyramids. So it's about this death and rebirth cycle and the way you are reborn into this intense amount of wisdom. So this warrior does battle, so to speak, with love energy. He's got the purple garments on. Do you see the love energy that bubbles up right from his hands, right from his being, Spirit saying? That is how you do battle, quote unquote. Activated, completely awakened, standing peacefully and calm in your place because you have emerged from the greatest battle that a warrior could ever have. And it's always the battle with the self. No matter what's been going on externally, there's a battle that you've been doing with yourself. And it has caused a death and rebirth. It has been uniquely united in all these ways to cause you to go deep inside, to be at this very new place. And I love that it stands in this column with the dreamer and the dialogue of art and the warrior of art. And the way all of this emergence happens from the deepest part of your spiritual nature on the lunar cycle that ushered in the month. Beautiful. And the next full moon that's coming is in Libra again. So 2 points of balance, and I think that's why we see this. So Spirit, what's the outcome for beautiful Capricorn for the month of April? What is it that they need to know? What What is... Okay, you know what? Spirit's saying they're talking about what is in your history. I wonder what that's all about. Spirit, what's the card, please? Give us one more message, please. For beautiful Cappy. Coming through. Yeah, you know what? Look. They want that one. So that's the imaginer of harmony. You see the sea goat there diving deep, swimming, riding on that fish, the salmon? That vessel is a sacred vessel. It's magic. You can get into it and go anywhere you want. All you have to do is put your hands on the oars and imagine the harmony that you'd like to bring forward in your life. Ooh, Cappies. I'm so glad to see that. So, you know, coming forward into the month of April, based on what I'm seeing here, do your best to stay deep. Stay really deep with yourself. And you are going to be, I think, intimately involved in your own emergence because you are meant to take command. That's why this is here. Do you see this? Prophecy about an adventure, about emerging. It's really interesting. And here, while you're afloat on the ocean here, we see the same thing. There's the star card, right? Another prophecy in a sense. Dreaming about the way you'd like to grow. The adventure that you're going to take up very happily. That little mouse has been through a horrific battle, but it's fat and happy now. It's got everything it needs, and it's going to move this energy forward in order to bring it to this moment where it can imagine harmony and get in a new vessel. Look at that. Look at the difference in the vessels that you have. So I think coming through the month by the end of April, you're going to feel a great change come over you, and you're going to come into some kind of inspiration. So let me know. Put some messages on the thread. What's the adventure you're going on? And if it's an adventure just deep into yourself, into whatever might be your destructive self urges, that's darn good enough, my guides are saying. So, Spirit, please give us a room for beautiful Cappy for the month of April. Let us know. What is it that will help them to understand the energy? Beautiful. I'm going to put it right there. And per usual, I'm going to read to you from the book about this energy. It is about movement. Looks like the symbol for Virgo, doesn't it? All right, let's see. That is about progress. It is symbolized by the horse. It is the rune of movement. The name of the rune is Awaz. Awaz is a rune of transit, transition, movement, physical shifts, new dwelling places, new attitudes, or a new life. It also signifies movement in the sense of improving or bettering any situation. There is about this rune a sense of gradual development and steady progress, with the accompanying notion of slow growth through numerous shifts and changes. That's what this is about. Love it. This could apply to the growth of a business, to the development of an idea. I think you're pondering what you want your new life to be about. A relationship may need to undergo changes if it is to live and grow. So in these moments, moral effort and steadfastness are called for. This is one of the cycle runes, the cycle of initiation. And let it be said this way: as I cultivate my own nature, all else follows. Do you see this prophecy? A new beginning point, and it is about cultivating deeply here to ponder this experience, because this card actually signifies coming into the light and reaching your destination despite all your worst fears, everything having gone so awry. These people do reach their destination, and if you look at the card really closely, the sun's coming up. They're adrift on the ocean, but the sun's coming up behind the hills. Beautiful. The rune symbol is the horse, and it signifies the bond between horse and rider. Bronze Age artifacts show a horse drawing the sun across the sky. And here, Awaz is saying, you have progressed far enough to feel a measure of safety in your position. Now it is time to turn again and face the future reassured. See this? Beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. Be prepared to share the good fortune that comes your way. The sharing is significant since it relates to the sun's power to foster life and illuminate all things with its light. So, Cappy, thank you again. I always say thank you because I'm so impressed with energetically and on a soul level the love and the inspiration that brought you here to be here in this time of great shift and reimagining our beings right down to the core. So have a wonderful month. Keep in touch. My spirit guides love reading the comments that people put there, and understand Spirit calls you the exalted ones, and always a lot of gratitude coming forward. So I can't remember if I said it, but please hit the like button. It very much helps the channel. I do appreciate it. And if you can make it on Sunday to the live stream, we're going to talk about this full moon energy and the many things that Spirit wants to speak about to the collective. So have a wonderful month of April. I'll be looking forward to hearing from you. Thanks, Cappy.